Hey everybody, this is Par for the Discourse. I'm Erica, this is Nicole, and I'm in Brooklyn, she's in Madrid. I'm headed into, this is week 8 for us here, headed into week 9 tomorrow of the stay in place order. Nicole, what's your check-in in Madrid? Week 10?
Yeah, we're a week ahead of you, I guess, right? So I've lost track at this point. This has just become my new way of life.
Well, for all of our followers, we missed last week, if you're keeping track. It is May 10th. Here in the United States, it's Mother's Day, so happy Mother's Day to all those mamas out there. Speaking of mamas, I watched my two give a concert last night on Instagram. Erykah Badu and Jill Scott did
Oh,
a
nice.
live. It wasn't a concert. It was like they called it Versus TV. It's supposed to be like a battle. They play songs, but it was just like them playing music. Like each one of them went back and forth and played one of their songs and talked about it in between. Really cool. It got up to like 700,000 views at one point. We were watching it. The number just kept going up. I thought it was going to break the internet.
Wow.
And then it was really awesome. It was on from like 7 till, I think they must have went till almost 10 o'clock. And then we were going to try to stay up and watch Saturday Night Live because it was they did their finale.
Final was last night, right?
Well, we went to sleep and watched it this morning instead. So that's that's what we're grasping onto for entertainment here.
Well, entertainment-wise, I can't really say too much. I've been painting a lot. I think I told you. Been doing watercolors. For some reason, well, I took lessons, maybe a class. I took classes about 8 years ago. And then ironically, because this is my life, the place burned down. So that ended. So
was it one of those drink and draws?
No, oh God. Yeah, so what happened was the place burned down, and one of the other people I was taking the class with knew the artist, the teacher, so he agreed to start like teaching us at one of their houses. And I don't know what the hell happened. I don't even remember, but that lasted like 2 classes, and then he just disappeared. So I picked back up on it because I like it. It's like relaxing. I'm not very good, but I like it. So that's
You
what
could
I've
probably
been
find some YouTube tutorials or something if there was something you were looking to, some technique you wanted to finesse.
Yeah, I've been doing that, and I've been doing not doing, but watching random 80s movies and things like that. I'm like nostalgic these days.
Did you know Kurt Loder turned 75 this week?
No way. He's not that old. Really? He's that old?
Yes. And so I was on my magazine's Instagram and wished him a happy birthday, and he replied, "Thank you." Like, I would assume it's actually him, right? Kurt Loder doesn't have somebody else.
Yeah, I don't think he's got anybody managing his accounts there. But yeah.
Speaking of nostalgia, I was quite titillated that he responded and said thank you. I didn't even know my magazine was following Kurt Loder, which is awesome.
Wow.
Anyway, 75.
That's surprising to me, actually, but.
Well, he was kind of an old guy when it started.
I guess now that you say that, I feel like he was always like 40.
He probably wasn't. He just looked it. You know what I mean? He might have been 30 and he looked 40. So anyway,
yeah.
So you're 2 weeks into being able to go out for an hour.
Yeah, so we're allowed to go out. Well, this is the way it is. Between 6 a.m. and 10 a.m., any adults can go out now for 1 hour just to like get air, walk. Something
for those parentless not parentless, childless adults. I mean, childless adults that were or that don't have dogs.
Right,
well,
or dogless, I was going to say. So childless and dogless people can now go out from 6 to 10. And then, so basically the way we're doing this is like one of us will go out at that time if we feel like it. And then the hour that the kids can go out is anytime from 12 to 7. The senior citizens get like an hour in between there somewhere. So Eduardo takes the kids out maybe for an hour at one of those points. And so this morning I went out for a walk. And that was it. I mean, at least I can get air, but here it is. You can finally go out, and now the goddamn pollen is flying everywhere, and I just feel like I'm better off inside now. I'm like, thanks for giving me the green light to go out. I'll stay in.
Yeah. What do I need the vitamin D more than the allergy attacks? Like, which is,
Yeah.
you need a little vitamin D.
Yeah.
So, well, go ahead.
No. I know we're cutting each other off. Sorry. In the time that we haven't spoken,
yes.
Well, let's see. What has gone on? Probably the week before we spoke, we recorded last. Violeta, my daughter, turned 9. So she's been looking forward to having a party, and obviously that's not happening. So she got on the phone with her friend who missed his birthday as well, and they just arranged this whole pool party and everything in July. His parents actually had the coronavirus, and the whole household had it pretty much. So she's like, yeah, we're going to have a pool party and we're doing this and that. And I was like, I don't think that's happening. So
in
she's
July.
Like, yeah, she's like, 9 stinks. I feel like I want to be 8 again. I'm like thinking, yeah, it's a real.
That has nothing to do with it, kid.
It got me thinking, like, thinking back to the 80s and being 8 or 9 or whatever. You ever think about those days?
I don't remember. No. Yes, sure. Yeah. When times were easier.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I'm glad we grew up in the 80s. I think the 80s was a cool time to grow up.
Yeah, it was when we thought racism was over, or at least I did. I don't know. I mean, I was a kid. I guess a lot of people didn't see it that way. That's for sure.
I don't think we thought about it as the way we do now, obviously, because we were kids.
Yeah. That's true. I guess. I don't know. The music was very uplifting. Well, that's I guess what I mean. The music felt like people were over a lot of issues that are now rearing their ugly head. I'm speaking about America. Well, no, I guess it's everywhere.
No.
I think that the veil of the 80s as being an 80s kid is like, oh, wait a minute. To us now, that's how I feel, I guess. When I think about the 80s, I think like, because I remember, I don't know, me, I was very young, but I do remember John Lennon being shot. And I do remember my dad being really depressed.
You remember that?
I was really young, but yes, it was like, definitely, I was a 4, right? 4 years old.
I was going to say you were probably 3 or 4.
4? I do remember. I mean, my dad was I think there was a veil of depression in my household for a while. And I think that I kind of saw like everything getting better. I don't know, maybe I just was a really idealized child and loved hip hop, and I thought that everything was going to get better because hip hop was like the new music and everybody loved everybody. And I mean, I don't know, I was just a fucking ignorant kid.
No, but that's a kid.
I don't know.
That's a kid.
I'm not being funny about this. The 80s was great.
Yeah, way to put a spin on the 80s. I thought it was a fun time.
It was great. I think looking back at it now, I do kind of, yeah, it was, I had rose colored glasses on in my childhood, I think. I mean, I had a lot of friends that moved. So, 80, what did you say? 87 was when we were 9?
Yeah. So it got me thinking, and I said, well, when
I had a pool party, maybe. I think I might've had a pool party.
You are a summer baby, which is
Yeah.
probably why. I'm a winter baby.
I loved having my birthday in the summer because you didn't have to go to school. And that's why as an adult, I always took my birthday off. If I had to work on my birthday, I was taking a vacation day, because even if it landed in the middle of the week on a Wednesday, I was
Mhm.
going to just take the day off and take myself for a mani-pedi or something.
And for me, like I rarely had a birthday at school. I mean, sometimes it fell that way, but my birthday is right before Christmas, so often it would be like that's the last day of school. Done.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, all right, 8, 9 years old. Okay, where were we? What was going on when we were 9? So 9 for us was like the end of 87, and then most of 88. So I
Bill
know
Clinton
this.
was Bill Clinton was elected what year?
No, no.
76.
See, now you're getting ahead of yourself because I
Oh,
thought that too, and I thought
oh,
Clinton came later.
Bush
So
was still president?
Clinton was 92
Oh,
or
92.
93, 93, I think.
He was elected in 92. Yeah, that sounds right. Okay. 88. So
Um, yeah, and then I started thinking, this is not going to be funny when I say this to you, but I was thinking to myself, shit, she's complaining about 9. I'm surprised I got out of 1988 a normal person, because 1988 for me was probably one of the worst years of my life.
yeah.
Just it's stress wise. I mean, I had like major events happen in 1988. My youngest brother was born shortly after my parents got divorced. And after that, well, this may be too much information, but I blossomed into a woman. So
Your 1988 was my 2001.
my 1988, I mean, now you as the therapist has to say to me, and how did that make you feel? Well, like,
And how did that make you feel?
it's shit. So I want to play a game with you about what it was like when we were 9. Okay, so let's brush up on your trivia. Okay, so we'll start with an easy one, maybe. Maybe it's not that easy. Okay, and we'll progress. Who was the president? Maybe
Bush.
it's not that easy because you thought Clinton was. You know why? I know why you thought that, but
Yeah, that. Well, I would have guessed Clinton, but okay, Bush. Senior.
not really. In 87,
Oh,
Reagan was still president.
right. He was
Because then Bush Senior, you're right.
right. All right. Fair enough.
It's the cusp. Okay, we'll give you half a point there.
That's okay. Go ahead.
All right. This movie came out in 1988. Listen to the clip and you tell me what movie this was. All right? Can you hear?
She's your queen to me, a queen to
America.
be forever, a queen.
Say that again.
Into America.
I'm sorry. I can't. I love that.
I have a very good reason that I actually know that, and it's not be.
Okay.
And so,
Sorry. All right.
do you have another one?
All right. Finish the quote. This is your brain.
On drugs.
Okay. What was the image there? Do you remember?
Oh yeah, the commercial, right? That was 1987 when that came out. It was a drug awareness. It wasn't a Dare commercial, was it? Was it?
No, but it was around that time. No, because that's.
Wasn't the Dare program the best ever? I was like, wait a minute, I didn't know about this. It sounds interesting. It was like education about stuff that I was. I mean, it made it was. I can't say that it's the Dare program's fault that I experimented with drugs in my life. I'm not gonna blame it on that, but I remember being like, that sounds interesting.
You can thank Nancy Reagan. You can thank Nancy Reagan for that.
So, but what, I don't know, or was that just a drug maybe it was like the more you know kind of a PSA. Was that
Yeah,
what it
they
was?
had all that shit at that
So
time.
it was a skillet with an egg. So the egg was your brain, and then this is your brain on drugs, and he cracks
Okay.
the egg and fries it on the skillet. It was great. It was a great commercial, very effective.
Well, the fact that you even remember it means that you didn't do too much damage in that area.
Thank you.
So, moving on. This dog made his first appearance in a Bud Light commercial.
Spuds McKenzie.
Oh,
no.
you're good.
Oh,
Yeah,
am I right? Oh.
that's right. Name 3 of the top 5 TV shows in 1987/88. Now you could do this.
Cosby.
That's
Cheers.
Oh,
Cheers.
wow.
I get 2 out of 3 so far. No, okay, all right.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna hold on. I don't know if this is the right time. Family Ties.
No, that's a little too. That was earlier.
Earlier.
But you're in the right ballpark there. Family.
Oh, after this I have an anecdote.
Okay. Do you want me to give you another clue, or you got 2? You got 2, and they were like in the top 3.
I want to say no. That was later. Oh, Elf.
That's in the top 10. I was looking, but okay. Let's say this. It's a spin-off of one of the things that you mentioned.
Different World.
Okay, so
That's
Cosby.
I was thinking 88 that maybe it had started, right?
Yeah, Cosby, Different World, Cheers, Golden Girls, and Growing Pains.
Yeah, that one I was gonna say Growing Pains, and I was like, yeah, it wasn't that good. Growing Pains wasn't that good.
Top song at the. This is hard because there's so many songs, and I'm sure you can name loads. But top song at the end of '87, and top song at the beginning of '88.
Are you gonna play me a clip?
No, because then you'll get it. But okay, all right, I'll give you a clue. Come on.
Yeah, give me a hint. I don't know.
Why don't you just tell me the name of the movie you want to see? One of the songs was by an artist that died a couple years ago. He was young to have died. Let's put it that way. No, that's too vague, isn't it?
88. Purple Rain.
No.
No. No.
Ass, jeans, shaking ass.
Oh, Freedom.
You're close, but wrong song.
Yeah,
Faith.
Faith. That was the one. That's what I meant.
Now, top song of '88, beginning first 3 months of '88. Now we're going more rock, more hard rock.
Def Leppard.
No.
Horse Finger on Me.
No.
Metallica, Enter Sandman.
Oh,
no,
stop.
That was later. Oh, 88. Wait.
I bet you Ronnie can answer that question.
Probably. 88. I don't know. I was not listening to.
Welcome to the Jungle.
Oh, yeah. Did you hear that he got into a Twitter? Oh, yeah. I had some like notes on like social media things. Side note, you have more?
Yeah. That's the end of the questions anyway, but go ahead. And then I have some facts I want to tell you that I found.
Good. Sidebar on 80 sitcoms. So there's this, excuse me, I'm just adjusting my seat. So there's this, Instagram, I keep telling you, just have to make an Instagram account so I can just, because if I send you a link, do you have to like go through hoops to look at it, or?
No, it'll go there. I could see it.
You can still look at it?
Yeah.
So there's this new, if you have an account and then it started, you just post pictures, but now there's like a feed where you're like constantly putting up content, and it's like you can live stream. So then now it's like IGTV, and you can go live. Like the Erykah Badu thing that we watched last night was Instagram Live. Like it was free, you just connected. Mm-hmm. So So what a lot of people have been doing, and I was trying to understand, like, it's kind of annoying because they'll post like a, like a thing that says, join me now, 8 o'clock tonight for my live Instagram interview with so-and-so. And it's like become a trend because everybody's at home but it's like, what is this, an 80s sitcom? Like, are we past that format of telling me when to tune in? Like,
Yeah.
world of DVR, like, why are you don't tell me when to tune in. Like, that's the whole point of the internet, is I can watch it whenever I want, right?
That's very 80s right there.
Get everybody tune in 8 o'clock tonight. And I'm like,
Yeah. Eastern time, you gotta.
I mean, but then I'm making fun of this, and it's like an 80s sitcom format, but I did tune in to Erykah Badu and Jill Scott last night. So I guess for some people, and I do understand, like, it does create, I guess it builds, everybody's there at the same time. And
Yeah, it's kind of the point, is to have like a meeting,
I guess, but I'm like, just kind of going back to this format of having to sit in front of the TV at the same time. Do you remember the moment where DVR became a part of your life and you were like, oh, like, I don't have to, like, I mean,
Yeah.
I know I'm not a big TV person, but like, just the knowing that, like, I don't have to think about when something's airing anymore. I can record it and watch it later. It's like that kind of, like, that was a game changer.
Sure was. But you're gonna laugh when I tell you these little facts I found about. This is very random, but did you know in New York City in 1987-88, the number of people bitten by squirrels, 95 people.
In a year?
Yeah. Number of people bitten by other people, 1,600. Who's reporting this? This is what I want to know.
What's the number in 2020?
There you go. It all means nothing unless we can make a comparison.
Yeah, we got to compare it to what it is now.
Why don't you look it up? How many people have been bitten this year by another person in New York City? There's one for you, Siri.
No. I was out in my backyard and a squirrel was staring me down, and I was like, why is he, like, staring at me? They don't bite, do they?
They're rats with tails. They're disgusting.
But they would bite a person?
I don't think so. I think they're scared, unless they have rabies. Anyway, moving on, a scandal in 88, which you probably remember.
Wait. Remember, hold on, A Current Affair?
Oh, God,
with
yeah.
the triangle?
I love that show. Yeah. Milli Vanilli was caught out.
That was in 88. That was good.
Table tennis, also known as ping pong, became an Olympic sport. And finally, can you guess the most popular game in 88?
Baseball.
No, I mean a children's game or video game or some kind of game.
Atari?
No, you see, you're living in the past. You're like stuck in 83.
Nintendo?
Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah, I had it.
Did you play Duck Hunt?
Yeah, yeah.
That sucked though, didn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Never liked that game.
No, it lost its appeal after a while. I mean, we got it, the Nintendo, but I don't know. I think that we were girls. We weren't that into it. You know what I mean? It's like a level of interest in video games that was, like, tolerable.
Yeah.
Both me and I think I to this day don't really love video games. I can't.
Let me ask Violeta. Are you standing there, Violeta?
The expert at being 9 years old?
Yeah. Yeah, call her in here.
I'll tell you what, if I was 9 years old and somebody told me I couldn't leave the house, I'd be crazy.
I think she's taken after me. She's like, I don't need to go out there.
does she have a lot of questions? I mean, I wasn't living in a city at the time, but if I think I was a kid that just asked a ridiculous amount of questions.
Yeah, curious. No, she's curious,
Yeah.
but she gets it. I think for her age, she knows what she's supposed to do, and I don't know. She follows the rules better than other people do. Yeah, come on in.
What is
Guest starring.
Yay, the professional expert at being 9 years old.
We were just talking about things that we did and thought of when we were 9. Do you want to tell us your interests at 9? Like, what do you like? What are you watching? You ask the questions. I live with her. I know what she does.
Well, what are your favorite shows?
Not me. What
No,
are
not
your
us. You.
Mine. I don't know.
Come on.
I like this show called The Thundermans.
Thunderman?
The Thundermans. It's about some kind of family that has secret powers. What else?
And they do funny things. I like SpongeBob.
She's still obsessed with that. SpongeBob. What else?
And that's SpongeBob.
Harry Potter.
The movies?
Yeah, the movies.
Did you read any of the books?
No, not yet.
But what books do you like? What's the author that we?
I like Roald Dahl.
What's that?
Roald Dahl, you know. He did like Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, Jane and Peach.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
You're recording now, aren't you?
Yeah, we're recording.
We're recording. Do you like my fancy scarf?
Check your hair. Are you going out?
I'm not sure. I think we are.
You actually better
I
go
thought
out.
you just came back. You haven't gone out yet?
Yeah,
you haven't
you don't have a lot of time left before you're going to be sent back in.
How strict is that? Would they stop you guys and say it's after 6 o'clock? You have to go back inside? Is there like people driving up and down the streets? Like, what do you think about this, Violeta? Is it crazy?
Yeah.
Hey, what about Grandma's new puppy though? How cute is that puppy?
Oh yeah, so cute.
Frankie is the cutest puppy. I wish I could give him a big hug and kiss. Her.
Oh, Frankie, it sounds like a name, but a name that gives, well, it sounds good. It's like Frankaroos. That's if she's a boy, of course.
It's a girl.
I know.
Girl. But she named her after a girl, Frankie, which I guess would be Frances.
Yeah.
Right? Francis?
I
guess.
Mm-hmm.
You would have you watched that show, Frankie and Grace? Grace and Frankie? I was messed up. You watched it?
I like it a lot. Yeah.
So good. I love it. I think about your mom. I go, this would be your mom and my mom if like they had a beach house. I don't know who would be who though, but like that. I always think of like what old ladies I would think would have fun being in a beach house.
That house is awesome.
With unlimited amount of money and just chilling.
Yeah.
Right? Beach house.
You ready to leave?
Nope.
So what's the summer plans going to be like, Violeta? It's not going to be the same, right?
No. I was planning, well, I was going to have a party for my birthday, and I can't. And then we tried to plan another thing for June or maybe July, which was a summer party, and we would go to my friend's house because he lost his party too, and we would both celebrate it. And it would be a pool party at his house. Then swim in there with all our friends, invite them. Then have a championship of tennis. Then another one of football. Then we would have dinner. I know.
July. So we're hoping that by July that can happen. We'll see.
Oh yeah, and a pool party and get nice and refreshed after this hotness.
Is it
Uh-huh.
hot there? How's the temperature?
It's going down again, but it was in the low 80s all this past week.
It's been cold and rainy. I mean, it seems like it's going to get warmer today, but it's like it's not been. I'm so anxious for it to get warm, just to be out in the backyard, but just to get
Yeah.
out. It's been cold. Like I think in some parts of New York it snowed. I bet
My
you
mom
your mom it probably
snowed,
snowed.
yeah. She told me it snowed like an inch or some crazy thing.
Do I look good, Mommy?
Yeah.
Okay.
you-
You look gorgeous. Well, how long have we been talking? We've been on here for like an hour, right? Well, how long have we been talking?
No, I don't think that long. But we can wrap it up soon.
I had one more thing to say
Yes.
about, see, I have one more internet thing, which, I don't want, about the file under asshole? I don't want, you want to do that? We're going to start a new,
Okay, you should leave. We're gonna say bad words now.
But I want to say some.
I've got 2 file under assholes. I don't think this one is, sorry. It's okay. I can say it in front of her.
I like that.
The first one is not as egregious as the other one, but like we're gonna start a new list of file under asshole, and these are things that people do that I think are just, I don't know. I think it's like a file under asshole during quarantine, so I think it's up for discussion. Because I'm like, am I just being too proper or what? So a girl that I know lives in New York City, and she posted this picture of her with her bicycle.
Mm-hmm.
This is the first one. And she, she's got her bike helmet on, and in the caption she says, "This is the first day that I went out with my bike, rode along the water. I was very scared, but I'm glad that I did it." And she posts all these pictures that she went out on a bike ride. "I'm glad that I did it because I live by the motto, do something every day that scares you." And is this really the time to be doing things that scare us intentionally?
And also the question is, did that really scare you? Or is
Well,
that like
well, I think it wouldn't be scary to just go on a bike ride. But I think she was saying that she hadn't been, she maybe gone to the grocery store, but now that they're loosening regulations.
I know, but that just sounds so exaggerated. Do you know what I mean?
Yes. Listen, to me, going to the grocery store is scary. Right? I find it tense. So I guess maybe she was, but I just, it's everything that we're doing right now is scary, I think.
Yeah.
To say this, do something every day that's scary. That's like a before this, pre-pandemic, that really signals to like try something new, try something that you're, that makes you a little uncomfortable. It's like more of a, not something that makes you scared for your life, because you might get sick and infect.
What were the reactions to that?
I stay on Facebook for about 5 seconds in the morning to like post something, or for I can't, and I also what's worse?
Pee Wee Herman.
What's worse than Facebook are Facebook comments. So you really can't look at the comments. Is that the movie, or is it just a clip?
Where's DJ Lou when you need him? But go ahead.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So then my other file under asshole is, I'm not sure if this would be this
Just
is
say it, please say it.
a-hole, I said.
Well, okay, before you move on to person 2, I'm just
So-
going to say that person 1, I think that's up for debate. It's somewhere in the middle of just
I don't
dumb.
know, asshole. That's
Yeah, it's
also.
not.
It's
Yeah.
just. Is this really the time to be?
Yeah.
You know. I mean.
Am I allowed to say any?
No, you're not saying any curse words for no reason.
Okay.
Go ahead. Next.
Like people are really, I don't know, doing something that scares you, like, why don't you go help out in the food banks? I don't know.
Okay, person 2 now. Let's debate this.
Two, I'm a big, I really don't like what's the where Yelp, where everybody complain. I don't know if you guys have Yelp there, but I'm
Yeah.
sure you have something like it, where people just publicly shame businesses to get them to, it's like the health department and the complaint department and like everything all rolled into one.
Mhm.
The public can shame you out of basically anything when you own a business on Yelp. And we know a comedian that he makes a joke about it. He just says, I don't have the time for it. The salmon sucks, let's get the fuck out of here. Like, that's the end of it. Like, I just won't go back. Like, that's the end of my relationship with that business if I don't like something they're doing. I don't have the time to take away from what you're trying to do. Like, you're trying to grow a business. I'm not trying to take money out of your pocket. I just won't give you anymore. And that's like my peaceful protest. So this person that you and I both know tweeted a complaint to a company about their about not wearing masks when their delivery person dropped off whatever they ordered to their house. And it, she added the company and said that, please fix, and I don't know, is that an asshole thing to do at this time? Like, I get it. Call the company and tell them, like, you're publicly shaming them. And
No, let's get that person fired so they don't have a job either, like millions of other people. Let's get that person fired.
like, that's, the trickle down effect of what you do. And I just, that's why I don't, like, I wouldn't complain in that way. Like, I just won't go there anymore. I'm going to be aware of where my money goes. Like, I told Ronnie, I love that we've been cooking a lot, but in New York, some restaurants are still open. I want to support the small restaurants in our neighborhood that are still doing deliveries. So like once a week we'll order, like last night we got a pizza. And by the way, whoever's making pizzas right now is not the person who always makes pizzas. They got, like, they're trying to teach the son the recipe or something. The pizzas are not the same right now in Brooklyn, just so you know. Pizzas are not the same.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Pizzas.
Did not taste the same last night, the pizza. But so, because like Ronnie will want to order some, I mean, fucking Taco Bell, McDonald's, I think they're all still doing deliveries because there's commercials that say we're no contact delivery. And how could you support a big corporate? Not health aside,
I agree with you.
Support these small businesses that are still trying to, because you know what? We don't know how much longer those restaurants are going to be around.
They're already in serious debt, those people.
It is, this morning the news had a bunch of restaurant owners, and it was like the owner of Sylvia's up in Harlem. And she's talking about the problem she's having. I'm like, and that's a restaurant that's packed every single day.
So imagine, yeah.
A really great example of a successful restaurant in New York City. And so think about all the other restaurants that just struggled to just have a regular, the competition is crazy. So,
is the sushi fighting too?
Yeah, sushi. So anyway, I'm just saying that it's just, I never like that, but I think especially now you're going to do that to a company and you're sitting your ass in your apartment, probably working from home, because I think the people that are working from home are living a little bit different of a life here in New York than the people who lost their jobs who have to work. So it's like, it's getting to that class thing where it's like, it's a little hard to talk to you about your problems right now. You clock in and out still 9 to 5, and I get the feeling like, oh, I can't do this, and my life has changed. Well, you still got your job.
Yeah, and these people never cooked in their lives either. I know exactly what you're talking about. But yeah, so if you're going to support, so you're going to support a small business, if something goes wrong, call up and say like, listen, don't publicly put it there. I mean, I agree. I think that's
File under asshole.
definitely, that one's a yes.
Violeta, do you agree?
It's a bad thing, right? To do that.
Yeah.
We're gonna keep thinking about those ones because those pop up all the time. Are you
All right.
guys? Are there restaurants that have?
No, nothing is open here. That's why I always laugh because my sister-in-law was like, oh, last week I talked to her, it was her birthday. She's like, yeah, your brother's bringing me home like some Mexican takeout from some local business that they like. She's like, he's picking it up, and I was like, wow, we don't have anything open. Now, I saw a sign in front of a bar that said, as of next week, they're going to allow delivery to your house, or you can go pick it up. And the bars are supposed to start opening up 30% capacity. But I know how that's going to go. It's going to be all the old men sitting in there.
Yeah. But so that's 9 weeks into a lockdown that you're finally getting to be to that point. And if anybody ever watches this, New York City never even experienced that. You can't force people. I mean, with the civil liberty, the whole, like, you can't take my freedom. I just don't. I mean, you saw all the pictures of the people on the steps of Senate buildings and stuff with their guns.
Well, my argument to that is like, okay, we can't take away your civil liberties. Well, then you can't get in my way and make me sick. Because it's my right to be healthy. Do you know what I mean? Like you're making that decision for everyone else. Where did you get your doctor's, your medical degree? General Hospital?
Yeah.
I mean,
and the more, and like we talked about with the airport and people just being able to move around, I don't know how New York City is ever gonna get better. I don't, because you keep the airports open, people are going to keep moving around, people are going to keep leaving New York, coming and going, and I don't know.
Yeah.
Wow. So that was uplifting, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You know, but I guess so. Since we talked last, I've done like 2 weeks worth of more interviews with these artists, which has been really helpful, honestly. We talk to people all over the world. We're talking with somebody at 3:00 today that's in, I'm not sure where he'll be calling from. I know he's from London, but I'm not sure where he is right now. So travels all over the world. He's painted in Berlin. I'm not sure where he is right now. I know he like lived in Amsterdam for a time, but anyway. So we're doing that. And we talked to a guy down in Miami yesterday. His life, he's a dad of 2 little kids, and he's an artist, and he's a fairly successful artist. So I think he kind of works from home. So he's a very flexible situation. So yes, maybe they had some lockdowns, but his life has not changed whatsoever. Florida. But also Miami and like wherever he is in like kind of a suburban part, and that's probably nice. He goes back and forth to his studio, and kids aren't old enough to be in school yet.
Oh, okay.
Stay with people, whatever. I mean, but it was kind of like, to be a New Yorker, and that was the first artist we talked to that I thought was like, whatever, because everybody else is like wherever they are. We've talked to people out in California, and we talked to a guy down in Mississippi on Thursday. He was a really nice guy. I met him out in Denver. Nice guy, and like he's everybody's talking about how it's really affecting them. I felt like the guy yesterday was the first time he was like,
there you go.
Like, oh, all right, I don't want to talk to you.
Yeah. That's
But yeah, so we're doing that. Cosby,
good.
1987.
I have a question. When is Father's Day?
Who cares?
Who cares? No, I'm just kidding.
I don't know.
Father's Day, yeah. It's not
So
a
that
it's
means
not
you
a
don't
day.
care.
It's not a day Erica or I celebrate, but
We do for Eduardo though.
yeah, but here in Spain it's in March. So it's past.
Boys stink lie.
No, that's not true.
Hello to Eduardo. Hello
Well,
to Alex.
And then we're gonna have nachos. No?
You guys are having nachos tonight?
No, it's
No.
Eduardo's birthday on Friday.
Yeah,
So,
we're having nachos. No?
coming up, yeah.
It didn't come up on my calendar. Is it really? It's Friday?
Mark
What
it
do you
down,
think?
dude.
Mark it, dude. What are you guys gonna do?
Oh, where do you want us to go?
Me.
No, we're not gonna do much.
What does he want to do?
You know the irony though, we got him running shoes, which I thought was funny because he's not going anywhere.
Just like have him open it and then just be like, do you see the irony? That's really what you got for him?
To be continued. I'll show you his face.
I want to see it.
Well, oh wait, okay, hold on. I started Outlander.
Yeah,
Outsiders.
Outsider.
Out
Is that
Outlander?
I
Outlander?
know what you're talking about. I think it's Outsider, right?
It was are we talking about the same thing then? Because I started watching it and it's about this like murder mystery down in North Carolina in this like beach. Is that it?
I don't remember a beach, but
These, like,
that
kids
Jason
murder
Bateman.
mystery.
Jason Bateman was in it.
Outside, yeah, different show. I started watching some other show. I think I'm done with it. It was
No,
weird.
that's not-
It was called Outlanders.
Oh no, that's not the same thing.
Not the same thing. Okay. You watched anything else interesting before we go?
No,
Me? Nothing.
no, nothing.
All right.
Don't leave.
Well, we could just say goodbye and we could turn the recording off and then we
Yeah.
can talk about this. Okay. All right. So
we
we'll
will-
Continued.
to be continued. I'll see you next week, which will be
I'll show you the nachos we made.
yes. All right.
Okay. Take care, everyone. Stay safe. And we'll see you next week.
Yes.
Can I say
Bye.
goodbye, Finn?
Yes.
Bye.
Bye and have a nice day.